Thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here, and thank you to Martha for being a big champion of industry and startup and innovation here at Stanford, and especially personally for me, it's been amazing to have her as a mentor in the last 8 months as we've been on our journey. So background on me, I was 25 years in public media, so 22 years of that at National Public Radio, where I produced global stories. I did elaborate planning for international broadcast between Baghdad and Kabul and many places in between. I was on the Nile River for a series on climate change. I interviewed farmers in Alexandria, Egypt, around the cradle of civilization and how salt is penetrating their lands. It's been an amazing journey, and my last position at NPR was the identity and culture lead, and that's where I really understood that the future of automated stories is missing the same kinds of diversity that you see missing in media today. I'm also very blessed to be the interim executive editor of Hanson Robotics, where I work with a team of global writers around the world working on Sophia's character. When I was recently in Hong Kong with Cindy, who's also here, I gifted Sophia my vintage Persian necklace, my silk scarf that has Persian poetry on it, and also the I Ching, because it's important for the future machines to understand our history and where we come from. And so that brings me to We the People, the idea that we must integrate identity and culture in AI-driven products in the future, because that is what is going to bring it its soul. And in general, our company is a group of data scientists, journalists, and technologists who come together using sort of the timeless principles of storytelling and looking at the future of AI and automation, and really a vow to design the next generation of machines to be deeply inclusive. So what is deeply inclusive AI? So in 2017, the Washington Post had 850 stories which were produced by machines and not by humans. And so this tells you that the future of automated news is very much here. Associated Press is leading in this regard. They have worked with Automated Insights for 3 years, where they are doing automated stories for everything around sports, business, and weather. And again, it's just a matter of time when we're going to be integrating humans. I'd love for you to get to know Wolfgang Victor Yardley. Look him up. He is currently a PhD student at Florida International University, but when he was at MIT as a graduate student, he said to Patrick Winston, who created the Genesis story system at MIT, I want to be able to prove whether I can show that my culture, Wolfgang's culture, the Crow Indian culture, if I feed 100 pieces of information to the machine, that the machine will actually learn about my culture. And this was his master's thesis, and he proved that. And so you can read his thesis online. It's absolutely riveting. So there's others who are prominent AI culture storytelling experts. We're very blessed that Boyang Albert Lee is going to be speaking to you guys. He's our advisor, and I have learned a tremendous amount from his work. So this is a slide that you want to take a photo of, and you want to read the research that all of these people are doing. Oh, cool, he wants to take a photo too of the screen. But seriously, you guys, this is cutting edge work on the integration of culture and storytelling. And so like Mark from Finlayson, he's done annotating of Russian folk tales. Rafael Perez and his Mexica project, he has created the world's first book that was written by a machine, and it's on Aztec folklore. So if you look at an image of St. Patrick's Day Parade in the Amazon API recognition image, you will see that with 99% accuracy, that is a kilt and a bagpipe. And that, again, is because our AI have been designed and trained using European history. So it recognizes basically that this is a St. Patrick's Day Parade. But if you put in a Native American tradition in northern New Mexico that is very deep in history, AWS is completely confused and thinks that this is a female, even though that is a Native American headdress. So what we've done with our prototype is basically tagging images in new ways with our team of journalists and data scientists, and talking about creating the cultural engine, which in the future is going to be able to bring data, annotations, and features on cultures. We understand that is very complex. We feel that this belongs in the category of beneficial AI, which is something that Stephen Hawking asked us all to think about deeply, so that we pause and think about how to make the future of artificial intelligence also beneficial. This cultural engine, we believe, can feed into many different industries because a deeper understanding of every customer's personal story and cultural background is vital for competing in a marketplace increasingly dominated by artificial intelligence. If you look at the news these days, everyone is talking about the customer journey, understanding the customer journey. And if we only focus on behavioral issues like when I jog or when I spend money or when I take a trip, we're going to miss out on having authentic relationships with people in the future. So Google approved our storytelling app, and it actually is voices of regular people, humans, who are talking about their heritage. So an Irish person with Irish heritage talking about their family history, somebody of Hispanic heritage talking about their family history. So if you're at an AI conference and your daughter has to write an essay about her American traditions, she actually can walk into your kitchen, go to your smart device, and ask the storyteller to tell her a story from Irish traditions. And it's not a machine that's talking to you, it's a person. So I want to end with this. What is it that makes us human? Okay, we've been talking about this for eons. Many believe that what makes us human is the ability to tell stories. Can artificial intelligence tell stories? We believe if we do it right, they can. We also believe that it has to be unlikely partners who come together to collaborate, because this is a daunting task. But if we are able to bring together the multiplicity of humanity, the global customs, traditions, and voices and stories that belong in the world, that is how we're going to be able to ensure that the future of artificial intelligence is also deeply inclusive. If you have an opportunity, you can download our interactive report. This was a symposium that Albert was also part of, and many AI and culture storytelling experts were part of. I'm deeply grateful once again for Martha for this opportunity, and thank you so much.